This video is made for adult collectors because you're not ready for this. I know I wanted to save this for later on in the video, but like, you know, you just gotta see this. Bruh, that's so cool. There is a lot that rides on the statement of best, and a lot of times it's subjective, and that's no different here. I think this is the best out of all the third-party toys I've owned. Absolute massive thank you to Paragon Refugee over on Twitter for giving me this at a Toys R Us parking lot. Like, I was buying Trypticon and he goes, I accidentally ordered a second one and you can have it, and handed me this. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. This is Newage Michael, or Omega as I will be calling him through the duration of this video. This thing launched as a really expensive thing, but now it seems like it's a lot less at most places, so that's fun. This thing is the best for me because of a lot of reasons, so let's run through that. The feel of the plastic. Like Devastator, it feels nice, but the plastic here is a tad more dense because it's not trying to be tiny little small components of Constructicons that combine. All the joints are nice and solid, or ratcheted and strong at that. Plus the addition of rubber parts on the toes means he isn't sliding anywhere, and it's on his toes. So when you're using the toe joint, it still touches the ground. That's super smart. A lot of the color is plastic color, not paint, so messing with it, it doesn't paint chip or anything. It is super durable. And even though this is technically Legend scale, it's big. It works pretty well if you want like something sort of Marvel Comics scale-ish. His articulation is great, and I'll show that off later, but the actual joint construction is pretty cool. The way they do the elbows with the metal strut in there, and how it's pretty much just all 3 or 4 of the transformation hinges combined to be used as one smooth elbow joint. It's very nice. That coupled with the shoulder ratchets, it just feels sublime. Head is great. I feel like the visor is supposed to open, but I can't for the life of me get it open. Also, I know the neck extends and looks up and down. I discover that later. He is also very, very well balanced with not having heels. Like, he has a large enough base so that most poses he doesn't fall over because he doesn't have those heels. The knees look ugly when you bend them though. I don't like that. He has chest missiles. That's fun, and they're picked out in a nice dark red. Now the hips. They do something really cool with how the articulation works without breaking up the look of Omega if he was just standing there. Let me show you. So the Titan was pretty poseable, but because this is smaller, it doesn't have as much weight to it. So it can, you know, have more joints, and it does. Oh God, this does. So the head can only rotate, unfortunately. It looks like underneath there's a hinge for it to go up and down, but like, oh, it was stuck the whole time. Well, there you go. He can look up that far. Oh, it compresses. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Look at that. We're discovering things. I read the instructions and everything, and I don't think this was in there. I don't like the way that looks, though. I'm going to keep it compressed, but yeah, there you go. You have shoulders that can do a full 360 degrees. The shoulder pad can move out of the way. Arms can go all the way up on some really nice ratchets. You have a bicep swivel. You have 180 degrees almost of bend at the elbow. Nothing at the, it's a cannon. The wrist can rotate though, and then each finger is got 2 knuckles, one of which is ratcheted. Then you have a waist joint, which sounds like this. Yeah, that needs some silicone grease in it. And then something I wasn't expecting, an ab crunch. And he's still perfectly well balanced, standing up straight with the abs crunching. Oh, now the hips. First of all, they're a massive piece of die-cast, so he's got die-cast nuts because of all the weight and all of the stuff they do. So you'll see the sculpt here and you're like, oh, is that as far as the hip goes? No, these are drop-down hips. So they can go out to make the leg go all the way forward and to make the leg go that far back. And you don't have to drop them down for the hips to go out. But there's the thigh swivel that does get blocked. But when you use the drop-down, you get more range. So I like that. They've managed to keep the sculpt while also giving you all the articulation you'd want in the hips. That's really cool. The knees, they can bend a full 180, but like you have this massive flat spot. I wish this had some detail on it. And then the ankles can tilt and you have toe bend. So yay. He's posable. I'm really happy to know about the neck now. That's pretty cool. So yeah, Robot is great. It's got a lot of strong points, but that isn't even the bit that makes this the best. Let me show you. All right, let's turn him into a base. Now this is, whoa, I'm moving around. This is kinda, sorta, maybe a little similar to pretty much every Omega that's come out, because how else are you gonna do this? So to start with, we are going to fold the cannon on the head down, flip this panel up, and then slide these forward, and then fold them up. And then you want to take the shoulders and just pull them out. Then we are going to unclip these side sections here and bring this back, and this will just come out. And there we have, well, actually we can take this out as well. Come on, there we go. And that's pretty much everything sort of prepped. We'll deal with the legs later. So what we'll do first is the rocket. So to start with, I'm going to rotate this 180 degrees and then rotate this 180 degrees, compress this down. This will fold over and peg into here. You want to open this section up and then unpeg the elbow from here and then compress it down. Close this panel up and then shift it inward. We're gonna fold that out. And it's the same on this side. Shift it down, shift it in, squish it, rocket. That's the rocket done. Now the tank. As you can see, this isn't like a confusing transformation. It's really easy. The tank can be a little annoying though. So we're gonna bring this all the way out. You're gonna take this section, you're gonna rotate it 180 degrees, then rotate this 180 degrees. Then you wanna bring this, it'll snap into place. This will shift back. That will peg into there and you flatten all this out. Then you wanna open the head, fold out the cannon, bring that around, fold this in, and then this will just sort of compress underneath. And as you do that, it pushes these wheels out, which I think is neat. Then you take this and swing it up. That will fold in. It will all tab together. As soon as you bring this up, it will all tab together. There we go. Rotate that, pull this out, fold that down. That's the side of the tank done. It's such a nice order of operations. Like nothing feels difficult and unnecessarily complicated like a lot of other third-party companies like to do. It's just boom. There we go. Yay. Tank. Now you take this section and the legs are going to come off. So these come off and they compress. You take the legs and you split them and you bring them off. Now we have the torso. Get out of the way. We have the torso piece. So we're going to bring this out. Make sure they are sitting flat. And then these little tabs right here are going to bend out. Now they are a little annoying to get out, so I highly recommend taking the squishy part of your thumb, pressing it on there, and then just doing this and rolling them out, and then they come out really easily. So once you have that, you stand it up. We're gonna leave this out like that. That is that part. Well, hang on. You take these sections here, and these just go on there. They don't peg in. I kind of wish they did, but there we have that. Now you take the legs here, you open them up, rotate this 180 degrees, and it will sit flat. Then this peg folds away, and then you bring all this out. Come on. Come on, there we go. And once that's out, see the ramp just comes off. Then you peg that into there, which is very, very neat. So once you have all that, now we're going to take the tracks and unfold them all the way. Then you take this peg that was pegging them together and you fold it in. And then you take this, slide it underneath these sections. We're getting there almost. Other track, clip it together, fold the peg away, bring that there, bring that there. Rocket goes in the middle. Now the tank, you want to take this section, fold that down, take this section, take this section, there we go, fold that down, and then this will slot into the groove so that you have a place to sort of push it along if you know, so that it doesn't fall off. But this is a big base mode. Okay, here we go. Ready? You ready? I promise you aren't ready. I know I've already spoiled it with the intro, but like, we're doing this again. Oh, he needs to be on the track. That's a good idea. There we go. Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen? I know the original toy could do this, but like, bruh. We're gonna watch it do a full rotation here. You're staying here with me. Come on. Come on. Get up. There we go. It's caught on something. Oh. It's not compressed properly. You gotta make sure everything is nice and compressed for the thing. Also, the batteries are dying. It did it! Yay! Okay. Look at what this can do. That is so fucking cool. Oh my god. I could watch this for hours. Shames it takes those friggin' annoying ass dinky weird batteries, but it is still cool. But man, the base mode. Omega's base needs to be massive, and the Titan just kind of felt a bit chubby. This is long and wide and covers enough surface area to make a great display for core class or other Legends toys. You get the rocket, which is nice, the little rocket arm thingies, I don't know what they're called. They can move if the rocket's like blasting off, you can emulate that. There are ramps at the back, and the tank goes putt-putt around the track. Like seriously, that is so cool to watch. We're just gonna watch it again quickly. This is very cool. This is so cool. Look at that. It's moving by itself. Dude, when I discovered this was so cool. It was so cool. Look at that. That's awesome. I also like the helipad in the middle. That's a nice touch, though I don't actually have any helicopters that can fit there right now, so snarl if you will stay. But I highly recommend this thing. It's so good, dude. And again, as the title says, it's the best third-party toy I've ever received, bought, messed with, anything. It's just such a nice toy, and damn it, now I want more Shatterglass Jetfire, here I come. And also, like, the price is not $300 anymore, because I believe it launched, like, at that price or something like that. Like, it was really expensive in a lot of areas when it first came out, and now it's, like, not. Again, massive thank you to Paragon Refugee for this. Dude, you are amazing. But that has been my look at Newage Omega Supreme. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.